So confession time. I failed in my August to be read. My TBR was a massive failure. It was a massive flop. I guess I shouldn't say massive flop, but I put it off for a long time because how do you get the words to just describe to the unknown masses on the internet that you didn't keep your promises? Well, I set out planning to read a lot of books. It was like about almost 5,000 words I was planning to read in a month, and it was like late in the month when I started it. No, not late, a couple, into the month, and I didn't hit that number. Now I'll tell you, I'll go through the books that I finished, the books that I didn't finish, and the books that I just like a DNF'd like hardcore, and the ones I didn't finish before the time. Actually, so take that back. Books that I finished. By and large, on the list that I had, I was happy with all the books that I finished. So, if you've seen my other videos here, you know I love Michael J. Sullivan. So, Rise of Empire, I really enjoyed. I gave it 4 stars. It was a really great book, number 2 from the Rhaenyra Revelation series. Awesome. The Heir of Navran, I gave 5 stars. It was a fantastic ending. I loved everything about it. It was just really, really well done, and I enjoyed the heck out of that book. Calculated, I also finished. I gave it 4 stars. It's a YA sort of dystopian. It's not dystopian. It's a YA novel treating with this child prodigy, and she goes through a lot of like really horrible things. And there's things that I would like to say about it, but because of the way the author wrote it, I have a hard time discussing it without like giving away some of the fun bits of the plot. So I'm not gonna say those yet. The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea, I also gave 4 stars. I love fairy tales. I love listening to other cultures talk about their sort of interpretations of these sorts of things. I really enjoyed that. I thought that it was a great job. Tehanu by Ursula K. Le Guin, I really loved. I just love The Wizard of Earthsea. I love the Earthsea saga. I love all of those books. They just really do something unique in the way they approach magic and the magic system and sort of this sort of high fantasy world. But I like the way magic is structured in her books. So I really, really enjoyed that one. So that's 4 stars for me. And Eye of the World, I didn't finish. I got to the end of the month and I started it at the end of the month, so I didn't finish it. So if you don't want to count that, don't count it. But if you want to know, I gave it, I don't know, using the Goodreads number, you can't give half stars. It's at least 4, maybe 5. So far, I've been churning through Wheel of Time. That's the only thing I'm reading right now in terms of fiction, and I'm on book 5, and I'm really enjoying the series. I can't believe it took me this long to pick it up. I feel like a complete dunce, but I'm really enjoying it, and I know that it slows down, and that there's, I've heard lots of things about it, but it's so nostalgic, and I think there's just a lot. I love the story so far. I like the sweep of the narrative. I could be horribly disappointed in a few books. That's fine. I'm prepared for that, but I'm excited about it in the meantime. Okay, so now I'll break down those a little bit kind of throughout this video, but I want to get that out of the way because I wanted you to know my sort of thoughts. Those are the books I really loved. I enjoyed them. And Sword of Kaigen, I wanted to read. I still want to read. I couldn't get a copy of it in time. I didn't want to just buy it on Kindle. I was trying to get it through my library system, and my library system won't buy it because it was self-published. So I've actually requested an interlibrary loan to get it. And this is one of those things where I'm on a massive budget, so I want all of these authors to get the money that they deserve for their work. So that being said, if I'm able to pull it off, I will definitely buy copies of all the books that I've enjoyed from this. Like, all Michael J. Sullivan's books I'd love to own one day. I'm definitely hoping to one day be able to buy the Wheel of Time series. I have some of them already, anyway. So let me talk about something else that I've realized is it's become like an internal elephant in the room for me. So I am a dad. I come from a religious background. I have a master's degree in theology. I studied for ministry and all of that. So I have a specific perspective that I'm approaching fiction and fantasy from, and I really enjoy. I love when authors get into like the nitty gritty of like worldview and so this is one of the things I like about, like, for example, Ursula Le Guin, when she's writing, like, she has this beautiful like philosophy where all these things are, where there's just a depth and a realness, a reality. So obviously that's one of the reasons I like like Tolkien so much is because he has a considered worldview. It's a consistent worldview in the way that he applies that. Some people would argue against that. I think it definitely works. But I love when a book is comfortable, like kind of hashing that out. But I don't love, there's certain things I just don't love in books. I can tolerate violence and bloodshed. I can tolerate that to a point, obviously books with war, that's going to happen. I do not love spice. If you like it, I am not casting any shade. If that's something you like, or even a little bit in your books, it's cool. It's just not something I enjoy. So a couple of the books that I had heard good things about, somehow in all the massive many reviews I got on them, I missed out on those. So for example, Jade City, I was loving a lot of the things about it. I actually started it, and I love that it was a different kind of magic system. I don't usually read urban fantasy, so that was cool. But I hit a wall when I got into a little more graphic content than I wanted. It's explicitly sort of like spicy sort of things. The writing is fantastic. The storytelling is really, really superb. It's really fun. I love the world building, but that's just something I couldn't get past myself. And if that's you, you know what I mean. And if it's not you, please don't take offense. I'm happy for you to enjoy the book. Fondly deserves the accolade she's getting. She's a really gifted writer. It's just not my thing. So also Dungeon Crawler Carl, as I was like gearing up to grab that book, I realized like there's a little bit more sort of cult world things that I wasn't in the mood for. I can take some things, but I just realized there was just certain things that at the time in the stack I was like, this is not where I want. I might pick it up again and try it just to sort of see how that works. It's a satire, kind of like I get the vibe, but it's just I realize that it's not really sort of the thing that I was looking for in a book. So that being said, I really enjoyed all of the books on this list. I have books that I'm reading right now, but obviously like what I'm doing as I said in my other book, what I'm doing right now, as I said a few minutes ago, is I'm in Wheel of Time mode, and so I'm hammering through the series, and maybe that's my goal. Not for the month. I'm not going to finish the series. It's way too many books. But maybe by the end of the year, I don't know. If you've read any of the books that I enjoyed, that I said that I enjoyed, let me know if you liked those. If you did not like any of those books, if you hated everything that I've liked, I'm happy to hear from you. Please don't be like, shooting me down. Let's be civil and friendly here. I'd love to hear any other tips you have. I love high fantasy. I love epic fantasy. I like science fiction. I like a lot of things. So I'm enjoying, because I'm also a dad, and I said when I did my August TBR, I enjoy the YA world. There's so much creativity out there, and as a writer myself, I'm sort of like leaning into that space. And I have kids that are in that vibe, and they're reading these books, and so I always enjoyed the young adult speed when I was young, and I read way ahead of I was always reading a ton when I was growing up. So that wasn't necessarily I wasn't only ever reading, young adult or whatever. I read a lot of, adult fiction, adult fantasy, that kind of stuff. But anyway, that's right. That's my thoughts on this August TBR. This is long overdue. I should have sent this update in September. Now here we are in October. But I wanted to check this in just to give closure. So this is for me, not for you. To prove that I could do it. I have put in that request for Sword of Kaien, so I expect to read that. I'll take a break on Wheel of Time as soon as that comes in, so that I can power through that. But I'd love more tips. Obviously, I'm in Wheel of Time mode, so if I can't get to it, it'll go on my big stack of TBR books that I can chisel away at. But I'd love to hear your suggestions, your thoughts. If you have other books that you think would be worth reading, I'd love to hear them. Leave those in the comments below. If you're interested in more books, if you like the philosophical sort of interconnection between books and all of these sorts of things, and in the way fantasy, science fiction, and philosophy sort of intersect, and what does that mean with culture, and how does that look like for the way that we are trying to engage with really, really interesting and different ideas. I'd love to have more conversations about that. So I don't know, let me know what your thoughts are. I'm here for the fun, and I'm here to hopefully be a part of this conversation with you. So let's hang out, let's do fun things, and let's nerd out,